So the first step in setting up a Google Analytics account is to ensure that you actually have a Gmail address. If you don't have a Gmail address, you won't be able to create your Google Analytics account. So because I already do, I'm just going to sign in using my Gmail address. Once you're signed in, you should see analytics.google.com up here in the browser. If you don't, you're going to want to go to analytics.google.com and make sure that you're signed in using your Gmail address. Now, to create an account, you're just going to go down to the left-hand corner of your screen where the admin gear function is, and go ahead and click on that. And then right up here, you're going to see next to an account is create an account. So you're going to click create account, fill in your account name. So this typically is the business name. So for instance, right here, I'm going to say Guardian Owl AI. Then you're going to go ahead and click the areas that you're okay with sharing your data. I certainly recommend clicking on benchmarking, technical support, and account specialists. If you'd like to share your analytics data to Google for more information down the line, you're more than willing to check this box. Then you're going to click next. Now, your property name is the website property that you're tracking. So if you have multiple businesses, you could create multiple properties with under your account. For this, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I put in the website address that I want to track. This is the property. Now, it's really important that you align what time zone your business operates in, or that you mostly want the data reporting on. So I'm on the East Coast, so I'm going to be changing from Los Angeles time to New York time. The last thing that you want to make sure is the currency that your website, even if it's not currently able to have an e-commerce buy and purchase option on the website, you want to make sure that you choose a currency that possibly in the future you're going to be using. So for instance, if you're building out this property and you're in Europe, you're going to change this from the US dollar to what either the Swiss franc or obviously whatever currency you're utilizing. I'm going to keep it at US dollar, and I'm going to show next. It's going to ask you how big your business size is in the category of your business. So it's, again, this is pretty vague, but if it doesn't fall in line with any of these categories Google gives you, go ahead and just select other. How big is your business? Is it under 10 employees? Is it 11 to 100 employees? And you can see, etc. You go from small to very large. And then lastly, how do you intend to use Google Analytics with your business? You can select all of these. You can select one of these. This is obviously for Google's insights and information. Then you're going to select create. Of course, you want to read all of the Google Analytics terms and conditions. It's going to help you understand what each of the terms that Google utilizes within the platform mean. And then, of course, your privacy and rights to any data, as well as the businesses and developers that Google is going to share the data with. You can either not accept or accept. Once accepted, you're going to select if you are managing a property that is a website, an Android app, or an iOS app. I'm going to be selecting the website app, and I'm going to put in here the website property that I wish to track. This is really important that you have an HTTPS. We will get into this at a later time, but this essentially means that your website is secure. If you find yourself going to the HTTP version right now when you're setting up your website analytics tracking, I would highly recommend that you add an SSL certificate to your website property to ensure security for both yourself and your visitors. You're going to create the name of your website stream name and then create stream. Now, this is where Google Analytics is going to give you a measurement ID as well as tagging instructions. So you're going to want to copy the website script and add it to the back end of your website, or email it to the developer so that they can add it to the back end of the website. And you can even click on this right here and it will copy automatically. And once you go back, you'll see we are up and operating. So now I have a Google Analytics account. I have the website property that I'm tracking. And then here I can actually click save, ensure everything is saved. Now, the Google Analytics account, of course, isn't going to start collecting data until that script that we saw that we copied is actually on the back end of your website. Now, this is where you can actually add people to your account. So you can see team at Guardian Out Digital. This is the account email that I used to set it up, like you noted. But if I have an employee and I want to make sure that I want them involved, you would go here and add the employee, their email. Of course, you're going to want to make sure that it is Gmail, and then give it either admin all the way to viewer access, and then just click add. They'll show up here as a viewer, or again, whatever role you assign them as. And that is under property access management. Now, if you already copied and paste something and you're forgetting, oh no, where do I find that script that I need to go into the back end and paste? You're going to go right back up to Setup Assistant, and you'll see that tag installation is right here. You can click on it, and you can copy this script, the global site tag script that you need to paste into the back end of your site. And voila, your Google Analytics account is all set up. And you can see that you'll be able to start tracking all of the fun metrics like users, new users, engagement time, and more once that script is on the back end of your website and officially connected.